You don't know what it means. Most of us do not understand what it means to be a Biafran. You have not seen anything yet. I was kidnapped. I was beaten. I was spat at. My clothes were ripped from my body. Women urinated and poured it on me because of Biafra, so that they may humiliate me to such a point that I will not talk about Biafra anymore. They videoed me. Masop has a video of me where they were beating me, dragging me on the floor, tearing my clothes because I spoke the truth. That did not stop me from talking about Biafra. It did not stop me from taking Radio Biafra to Enugu. It did not stop me from broadcasting Radio Biafra from Nnewi. It did not stop me from broadcasting Radio Biafra from Onitsha, from Owerri, from Aba, from Port Harcourt. I am resolute. I don't retreat. Never.
Channel. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting me from. If you're joining me from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, from America, I thank you very much for your contributions on my channel. Please always go to the comment section, make your comments. Say it the way you feel it. Whatever you think about the channel, whatever you think about our program, whatever contribution you have to make, go to the comment section and see it. You can disagree with us constructively. We will learn from you. Learn from us. Nobody knows it all. We are not claiming to know everything. Go to the comment section and make your point. If you see anything that you feel is not right, what we are saying that is not right, go to the comment section and put it down. We will always take note of it. I read your comments from time to time and I learn a lot from your comments. It gives me the courage to move on and know that I'm on the right course. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. And today, we are going to look into the situation of that very convention called Nigeria as usual. Today, about the political lies that are being told all the time. The lies that is holding that country together. As we all know, the foundation of that very contraption called Nigeria is built on lie. And the lie can never stand. A lie can never lead you anywhere. The foundation is already faulty. It cannot stand. That is why no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how many times you rewrite your constitution, no matter how many times, no matter what you do about Nigeria, it can never stand, it can never work because the foundation was built on lie. So the best solution is just a breakup so that people can start up a very new life. Build a new nation, a nation they can be proud of, a place they can call a home. That is just the best solution. That is what we are advocating for. You can see them, people, the politicians don't even care about the ordinary citizens. They don't care about the ordinary citizens. They are already talking about their 2023, which is a lie, bringing more lies to the picture. These are people who can tell you lies as many times as possible. They don't care. They don't feel remorse about it. They feel as if we don't have brains, as if we don't have eyes, we cannot see. We don't have brains, we cannot remember. But we will always remind them that we have brains. We remember everything they say. We remember everything they throw at our face. And for you and I, it is time to wake up. We are not interested on any politics they are playing in any election. We are not interested. To show you how wicked they are, even in this situation where the whole country, almost the northern part of the country, has been taken over by Boko Haram. Nobody said anything. They are not doing it. Terrorists are in charge. They are talking about election. As we speak, they are in the southern part of Nigeria killing innocent people indiscriminately for no just cause. For no just cause. They are facing the southern part of Nigeria where there is the most peaceful area in that very country called Nigeria. But that is where they pump their army and military to kill innocent people. All in the name of looking for ESN who are protecting their people. Who are protecting their people. ESN have not killed any innocent people. ESN are not fighting against the masses. ESN are not fighting against any legitimate business person or person doing something legitimate in that very side of the country. They are only fighting against the invaders in the bushes. Yet, your government have deployed all manner of ammunition and military over to the southern part of Nigeria to destroy lives and property. I will share with you a video of a former lawmaker who has just come out to say that the killing you have in the south, all the killings you have in the south put together cannot be compared to the killing you have in Zamfara alone. Zamfara alone, the killing you and insecurity you have in Zamfara alone is greater than the killing you have in the whole of the southern part of Nigeria. But yet, what are they doing? They are doing nothing. They just send their military to go and kill innocent people in the southern part of Nigeria. They intentionally want to destabilize the southern part of Nigeria. Intentionally, the government of Muhammad Buhari went to destabilize the southern part of Nigeria for no just cause, just to make sure the place is destabilized. I want you to hear Sheikh Husani, what he said about that insecurity. You see, this is the true situation. This is the true situation of things, but yet, people are moving about as if they don't know what is going on. They don't care. Igbos are killed, the Biafrans are killed and maimed on daily basis for no just cause. Not because they carried arms against anybody, not because they killed anybody, not because they did anything wrong, only because they are asking for a referendum, the right to decide their fate. That is why they are killing the southeastern part of the Biafrans. That is why they are coming up against the southern part of Nigeria, because the southern part of Nigeria are demanding for self-determination, which is the right of every man. I want you to hear what San Femi Falana has to say about self-determination. Even though I do not agree with everything he has to say, because most times you see them trying to be politically correct instead of saying it the way it is. They try to be politically correct, trying to pretend because they are scared. All of them are scared. But I want you to listen to what he has to say. There are some points you get from what Femi Falana has said. Let us listen to Femi Falana, what he has to say.
What's your advice to people who are asking, because it's beginning to get more momentum, more acceptance, those who are asking to break the country to succeed? How would you advise them to go about it?
Well, the government of Nigeria will have to appreciate that by virtue of Article 20 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, which has in fact been domesticated by Nigeria, the right to self-determination is guaranteed. And so it is not a criminal offense to demand for self-determination. But what is important for those who are asking for the disintegration or balkanization of Nigeria is to look around and study the environment very well. And particularly the African experience. And take cognizance of the interests of the totality of Nigerians. For me, it is very convenient for the three major ethnic groups in Nigeria to talk of, oh, we're going to stay on our own, we want to go. You also have to recognize the fact that there are about 250 ethnic groups in the country. And so we must carry everybody along so that you don't have a lot of wars, which has been the experience with some African countries. Today, Somalia is the most homogeneous country in Africa. Over 85% speak the same language, the same culture, the same religion. Yet, since the 80s, that country has been involved in a number of civil wars because members of the ruling class, cannot agree on the way forward for the country. Sudan broke away from Northern Sudan in 2011. Again, the country has been fighting a war. And when you look at even smaller countries in Africa, you will appreciate that in spite of the monumental challenges confronting Nigeria, some of those countries are not doing better in any area of human development. So you must recognize the fact that even here, among the ethnic groups, some subnational groups are simply saying, we're not going to go along with you. Take the Southwest, for instance. The indigenous people in Lagos are saying, we're on our own. If you are going to break up Nigeria, we will not go with you. You also have the Ijaw people in Ondo State saying, no, don't force us to recite the Yoruba anthem. So you have to take all this into cognizance. But what the federal government must realize is that you cannot force unity at all cost. And so section 2 and 2 of the Constitution, the section 2 of Decree number 24 of 1999, that prescribed that Nigeria shall remain an indissoluble, an indivisible entity, is arrogant. Those who put that there are simply arrogant. Those who are asking for a breakup of the country must be persuaded by the government. The government must enter into dialogue with them. You must enter into a meaningful dialogue with them to convince them why it is more advantageous to remain in Nigeria as opposed to balkanization. But you can't wage a war on a people who believe that they are entitled to separate from the country. I've therefore continued to insist that the government must engage all separatist groups in the country. After all, the federal government had entered into dialogue with militants, terrorists, and bandits. And so what prevents you from also sitting down with the young people who are asking for their own countries? What other countries do is to allow referenda regularly. Even the former colonial master of Nigeria, the United Kingdom, allows, referendum from time to time, at least for the people of Scotland. In Canada, the people of Quebec are given the opportunity once in about 4 or 5 years. Do you want to remain part of Canada or you want to have your own country? So it shouldn't be it shouldn't be an impossibility to entrench in the Constitution a referendum.
One of the reasons cited.
For me, the demand for separatism or demand for the disintegration of the country is a challenge to the ruling class to fix the problems confronting the country, to harness our enormous, abundant human and natural resources towards promoting the equitable distribution of the resources of the country, equitable distribution of the Commonwealth, so that everybody will be taken care of. But once you practice a government of exclusion, once you practice and engage in lopsided appointments or implements policies that alienate the majority of people, you cannot but have, separatist demands. Cutting the head is not the medicine for headache. If young people who never witnessed the Civil War, or who were never taught anything about the Civil War, demand for their own republic, you don't tell them off arrogantly, because it's not their fault that you have exercised history from your syllabus, schools, syllabus in our school, So I think the government will have to be humble, to appreciate that mistakes have been made, and to move speedily to convince all Nigerians that it is more beneficial to retain Nigeria as a corporate entity.
After listening to Femi Falana, you can see that he knows the truth. He made a point. He is dancing around it, trying to be politically correct. He is trying to remind us about some other small tribe, that it is not only the three major tribes we have in Nigeria, but a tribe. That there are other tribes in Nigeria, and that we should consider them while we are talking about referendum, or while we are talking about disintegration. We all know about that, and that is why we are calling for a referendum. In the referendum, these tribes we are talking about, this small tribe, will choose where they want to be. They choose where they want to be and belong under an agreement on how to run their place. All this will be settled in referendum. That is what referendum will settle. And Femi Falana knows about it. He knows that that will settle. Yet, he brings that to the table to be politically correct. He doesn't want to offend the people who are in power. This is the situation the contraption have made everybody to go into. People are scared to talk. People cannot say things the way they are. It's only in social media. Those of us whom they call ignorant, those of us who they call all kinds of names, we come to social media and we say it the way it is. It doesn't matter who is favored. It doesn't matter who is concerned. Just say it the way it is. They come out, they call us miscreant, or all manner of names. It doesn't shake us, but we'll say it the way it is. And that is the truth and nothing but the truth. They come every now and again to tell lies. Politicians come every now and again to tell lies before your own very eyes. Now they are preparing for their 2023 election that will never ever happen. That will never happen. There will be no 2023 election, but they are preparing for it.
This is their record. The exchange rate has moved from 120 to the dollar to 240 to the dollar. That is Jonathan's record. Jobs have been destroyed. Livelihoods have been destroyed. Over 1 million people have been displaced because of incompetent and corrupt security mismanagement. Meanwhile, during this period, oil prices have been at their all-time high. Trillions have been budgeted for security, but the only thing you see are mansions in Abuja owned by ministers of defense and generals. We know these houses, we know the owners. This is the record of the Jonathan administration in the last 6 years. That's why they don't want to talk about it. So what do they talk about? They move from church to church preaching religious division. They move from town to town preaching ethnic division. They have no record to run on. They take photographs of private estates and claim that the government built the estates. They take photographs of railway bullet trains from Port Harcourt and claim that it's federal government train system. They lie for a living. Do not believe anything they say. Even when they say good morning, check, it is probably evil.
1 minute more.
So do not be deceived. I am here before you as a father of young people like you, because I have many children. We don't count our children. We count blessings. That I care about your future. We all care about your future because we have children too. And we want you to stand up and vote for change. On that day, you get your BBCs. Don't be intimidated by anyone in uniform. Remember,
I, as a retired general and a former head of state, have always known about our soldiers. They are capable, they are well-trained, patriotic, brave, and always ready to do their duty in the service of our country. But in the matter of this insurgency, our soldiers have neither received the necessary support nor the required incentives to tackle this problem. The government has also failed in any effort towards a multi-dimensional response to this problem, leading to a situation in which we have now become dependent on our neighbors to come to our rescue. Let me assure you that if I am elected president, the world will have no cause to worry about Nigeria as it has so recently. That Nigeria will return to its stabilizing role in West Africa. We will pay special attention to the welfare of our soldiers in and out of service. We will give them adequate and modern arms and ammunition to work with. We will improve intelligence gathering and border patrols to choke Boko Haram's financial and equipment channels. We will be tough on terrorism and tough on its root causes by initiating a comprehensive economic development plan, promoting infrastructural development, job creation, agriculture and industry in the affected areas. We will always act on time and not allow problems to irresponsibly fester. And I, Muhammad Buhari, will always lead from the front.
These are the lies they told us in the past. They thought we have forgotten. They thought we have forgotten, but we'll never forget. Recently, we heard that, do you know the terrorist apologist, a terrorist Pantani, they have changed his name. They have changed the name of Pantani so that the world radar will not be able to recognize him anymore. Pantami, terrorist who is working with Buhari government, they have changed his name. They now changed his name to Ida Ali Ibrahim. Ida Ali Ibrahim. Pantani, a terrorist apologist that we all know, they have changed his name so that the world radar will not catch up with him. This is the situation that contraction has placed everybody. Lies everywhere. Recently, they raided the home of the lawyer, the barrister of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Barista to IPOB, and Barista to the Oduduwa people also. They raided his house. They went to assassinate him for no just cause. They went to assassinate him. They went to his house to assassinate him for doing nothing. Someone that goes to court every day. If you want to invite him, why not invite him to the court? He goes to the court every day to defend people. Yet, you come to his house to kill him. Nobody is talking about it. The government is saying nothing about it. They are denying it. I want you to watch what Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor has to say about what happened to his house. He spoke about it for the very first time. Watch the video of what transpired in Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor's house.
Actually, it should be the first interview, first and live interview I'm granting in respect of the gore event, the bloody onslaught in my home on the 6th of June, 2021. Because I actually wanted to watch the CCTV footage to understand, get other information which may not be available to me at the point the invasion took place, to enable me comprehensively address the world on what happened in my house. Because I can, in summary, tell you at this stage that what happened on the 6th day of June 2021 is a clear case of assassination, an attempt on my life, a clear case of assassination of my PA, a clear case of abduction of my domestic staff, and stealing of my car, and genocidal massacre of the PA and burning of my PA alongside with my vehicle on this day. So on the 6th of June 2021, I came in on the 5th, being Saturday, after a meeting with Archbishop of Onitsha Province. But I came in from Abuja on that same day. So after a meeting with him, I came in, getting set for another meeting on the 6th, around 10 o'clock. The meeting was going to take place around 10 o'clock a.m. in the morning. So when I came in, I decided to rest in preparation for this meeting. I came in along with my friend who also attended the meeting at Onitsha with me. So, and for records, I've been frequenting my home for the past 2 months. Records of even the security agents will show you that. And for no other reason than to take part in meetings. People have been saying that Nnamdi Kanu doesn't want peace and doesn't want that, but Nnamdi Kanu is not, it's not adverse to peace, a peaceful resolution of issues or hostilities in our region. And I've been attending a number of meetings in that regard. So on this 5th, I came back on the 5th of June to have a meeting with the Archbishop of Niger Province, Archbishop Valero Keke. Thereafter, I came back home. And because I was tired, I decided to go upstairs and rest. So at about 2 a.m. in the morning of the 6th, being Sunday, I started hearing my dog started barking in the first place. That actually woke me up from bed. I now woke up and on my camera. So when I on my camera, I discovered that the 2 cameras at the gate, they're no longer working. So I was like, what's actually going on? So I now started looking at the other segments of the camera. And I saw people, one of my staff, who was on the floor of the compound. So I mistook that person at that stage to be my PA. Because at that stage, they've brought him down. The invaders has brought him down, and you can see. I think they didn't kill him at that. They didn't shoot him. I didn't see them shooting him at that time for my footage. But they kicked him down. They kicked him, then he fell down. So and they handcuffed him and started beating him. They were marching on him then, and somebody eventually sat on him and injected him some substance. This was my driver. So then I became apprehensive because I was watching them from my camera. So because I'm in my home as I speak to you now. So I was kind of apprehensive as what actually was going on. So and I called my friend who was then at my resource room. I came up. I was like, he said, as he speak to me, because he saw them clearly from the room, that joint team of the military, the soldiers, police, SSS, are in my home. So I was like, what was going on? And I started making calls to people I can reach at that time. So, and at that stage, because I mistook that my driver to be my PA, when I initially gave and wrote my statement, I didn't issue a press statement on that regard. So I now off my television, my camera, my city camera television, and also decided to locate to a server place within my main building. So at that stage, I wasn't watching again. So and after about some time, at about 3:30 to 4 o'clock, I stopped hearing people's noise, and I came down around after 4. So and neighbors started coming. I now observed, first of all, from the camera I watched immediately, I observed my staff were abducted. To mention, at the time this was going on in my house, they were shooting sporadically into the air around the compound, in and around the compound. So even in that inside the compound, they were shooting going on. So, and I have no doubt in my mind at that stage that they've come again for me, because you will recall that on 2nd of December 2019, similar thing happened in my place. They actually came for me, and in the process, they killed about 4 persons in my house, burned the entire house. That was when, because I want the world to take note of what I'm saying now. That was when John Abang was the Commissioner of Police in Anambra State. John Abang was the Commissioner of Police in Anambra State. And on his authority, and the authority of the person who is sponsoring him, I don't want to mention him name, but maybe I may be forced to do that in course of this interview. He came here to assassinate me on 2nd of December 2019. So, and the rest is now within the public domain. What the candidate that took place in my house, the killings and everything, is also before the court, because I took them to court in that regard. So the same John Abang is now the AIG intelligence of 4CID. And they have reliably gathered, I can say that to you in unmistaken terms. Quote me anywhere in the world, I'll prove it to you. John Abang and the person sponsoring him, because John Abang is now the AIG intelligence in 4CID. Send these people to me. These are people made up of they act under the code name of JTF, NHC. I'll send you some information after this interview. He sent them. Then acting, obviously he knew that I am harmless. He knew my position is site as a lawyer to IPOB and then Nnamdi Kanu. But because they are actually after my life, they want to get me down at all costs by enemies. He wants to take advantage of the hostilities in the southeast to come to my house. But unknown to him, he is fully unaware of the fact that Barista Jofo has been at the center stage of people who are clamoring for peace, restoration of total peace in our region. So when he initially wanted to do that, he made some contact with local authorities, and they refused to get involved. I may not mention names. Then I never knew he was planning to come and kill me and my community staff. Then on this 2nd day, on this 6th June, they told me, they understand that I'm around. I was around then. I came in from Abuja then. I'm around. So now send them to come. I will send you footage of the atrocity they committed in my house. When they came, and you see them clearly, fully kitted in their combat uniforms. They were highly sophisticated, as if they are embarking on operation on a place where you have terrorists, where you have Boko Haram members operating. Fully kitted. They came, they scaled through the fence where my security cable could not cover. Can be established in the next couple of minutes after this interview. I'll send it to you. They scaled through the fence, came in, then went and opened this gate. Opened the gate. When you open this gate, my driver came out from their room, from their house, the small house. I'll show it to you. I'll take you around now. So came out, and you can see from the footage that as soon as my driver came out, they were already inside the house, inside the compound. And I asked him to stand. He stand. He never at any point in time resisted them, confronted them. They brought him down. Started manhandling him, handcuffed him, beat him, and in the process, some now went inside my boss quarter, where my PA was sleeping. It wasn't door. They came in through the fence, because of the sound of gunshot going on. So they were so apprehensive. My driver came out to find out what was actually going on, because I never believed that you have such strangers in my house, such terrorists in uniform in my house. Never believed that. So he came out from their room to find out, to listen to what was going on. So unknown to him that they were already inside the house. So they now asked him to stand, and you will see it in the CCTV footage. He hands up. They brought him down. Then sat on him, started manhandling him, handcuffed him, injected him. He was injected. Then at that stage, some of them rushed inside their room, inside their house, where others were sleeping. And from the footage unveiled all the atrocities that they committed in my house. They now brought the second person, who is my stance PA. They brought him. I saw him coming out from that footage. So the one they brought him. Shortly after that, you saw my PA, who was murdered in a cold blood. They were dragging the dead body on the floor of my house. They dragged him from the hall to the gate. He was murdered inside that room, in my own house. In my company, I will send it to you right away. All I'm saying is contained in that city footage. And we'll have overwhelming evidence. I had evidence to nail them more. So they killed him inside the room, dragged him, about 5 of them dragged him, the dead body, lifeless body of him, outside the compound. Then, as if that wasn't enough for them, 2 of them now came back. After they have forced the driver to give them the car key to my Camry, Toyota Camry, he then came back and went to where I parked the Camry and started, then drove off. Then my elder brother, who was arrested, and at some point left when they got to know, they left him. So was the person that told us when he came back that when they brought the vehicle, they now put the dead body of my PA inside the vehicle. Now, on getting to know, they now asked my elder brother, Mr. Joel Ejiofor, to come out. When he came out, they now asked him to go. He left, right? So they now got to where they call Neni in an Osha local government area of Anambra State. After Okacha Free Station, they went down, then set the vehicle. Now my Camry set the vehicle ablaze. Why my PA lifeless body was inside? All of them got burnt.
After listening to Barista, you can see that the center cannot hold anymore. If you have not started speaking, start speaking. Use your platform to air your opinion. Use your platform and call these idiots out. It is time for us to take charge of our own life. It is time for us to take responsibility for defend yourself by all means possible. Referendum is what we are asking for. Referendum or nothing. Referendum. They will kill us, we will kill them. At the end, Biafra will come and we will never give up. We will not allow them to continue to take charge of the story. We will tell the true story. We will tell our story the way it is, the truth and nothing but the truth. We will not allow them to change the narrative. We will bring it raw the way it is, so that the world will know our side of the story and hear exactly what is happening in Nigeria. Thank you so much for watching from wherever you are watching from, and remember blessed. Bye bye. See you again on the next video.